Here with women's basketball coach Mandy Pearson and freshman Kaylee Kloncz. Ladies, thanks again for joining me today. Coach, Saturday, big win over Gustavus. Had to do a little overtime work to get that one taken care of, but a very good game, and you knew it was going to be from the outset.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a tough place to play. We knew, Gustavus has been playing very well lately. It was their senior day on their home court, and they have some very talented players. So we knew it was going to be a battle, and I actually told the team after the game that I jinxed them because in my head I was thinking prior to the game, like, oh my goodness, we haven't had an overtime game yet this year. And of course, I had to think that it happened.
And Kaylee, from a player's perspective, talk a little bit about the game, what you saw from Gustavus, and was there any surprises in the game at all?
I think we worked really hard, and it was just a really intense game to the whole way through. I liked how we didn't give up, and we just kind of kept going.
You look at that game, and really with them knocking in that three-pointer at the buzzer, it's really one of those things that could deflate a team, right, Coach? And yet, you guys came out in that overtime, you outscored them 11-4, and kind of controlled that overtime, which is a good sign from this team in that, the letdown of giving up that three-point basket, but yet they were able to rebound from that.
Yeah, and that's what I talked about after the game. Lindsey Johnson that hit that three, she had made, I think it was 4 threes in the first 46 games of her career, and then shot very well against us. She went 3 for, she made 3 of them, and one of them happened to be at the buzzer to send us into overtime. And it's really tough to win a game when something that you're not expecting happens. A player, she's a very good player, she can shoot, but she just doesn't choose to shoot a lot. So, but came out hitting a lot of threes, they were playing well, and it's tough to come through and pull out those games, and we did an outstanding job of it.
Kaylee, you've got 2 games left in the regular season. You've got Hamline on Wednesday and then Augsburg. Talk a little bit from your standpoint, first year here at St. Mary's. How has the adjustment been from high school basketball to college, and how have you adjusted to your role here?
I've really enjoyed the transition because the team and the coaching staff have made it so much easier than I even expected. Everybody's nice and helpful and treats you well, and it's really exciting to be where we are. And playing on this team I've really enjoyed it.
And Coach, it's got to be exciting. I mean, you head into these last 2 games playing very well. You've got a tough Hamline team on Wednesday, and as we've talked every time, you keep it in perspective in that it's 1 game at a time. Talk a little bit about Wednesday against Hamline and what we should expect from the Pipers.
Hamline is a quick guard-oriented team. They have probably the best athlete in the MIAC on their team who on any given night can go off for 35 points, and I think we saw that the first time that we played them. So we can expect a very scrappy game. They're quick. They do some different things defensively, where they'll switch a lot of screens, etc. So it should be a battle. It will be a pretty fast-paced game because they like to get up and down the court quite a bit and take quick shots. So it should be a fun and exciting game, and hopefully we play well. That's what we always want.
Kaylee, I've talked to Coach Pearson all the time about it, and she does a good job of keeping me in perspective of 1 game at a time. But how as players do you do that? Because it's got to be kind of hard to just focus on Hamline when you know that you've got conference tournament that you've qualified for coming up. How do you guys make sure to stay in the moment of Wednesday is the game and the only game to worry about?
We just kind of remember that the next game is the most important, and we have to get that first and be focused and ready, and just when we have film, we're focusing on that team only, and just remember what's coming up. And
Coach, last question, the overtime game against Gustavus. Games that are tight like that, does that benefit you? Does that help you from a learning experience standpoint as you head into the last couple of games here?
Yeah, I hope so, but it's my first couple years here, we were learning how to close those games, and we lost, a few tight ones, and then as you learn how to, be successful in tight situations and play loose and play together, you hope that that's what helps you be more successful as you go on with the season. And, I think that should give us a little bit of confidence in some tighter games that I'm sure are to come.
And then the next game is Wednesday. You've got Hamline here at the St. Mary's Gym, 7:30. Good luck.
Thank you.